During our last lesson, we did this. We started with polynomial, and we said we have a polynomial. We talked about the adding, subtracting, dividing, and then there is some homeworks. And then these are the steps. We solved some questions from our book. Then we had a homework. Did we solve the homework?
No.
You forgot? Did I send the file?
Yes, you did.
Did I send the file?
Yeah, you did. Wasn't it 17, 18, and then the questions you sent in the file after?
I send them in WhatsApp.
Yes, I did send the file. Yep. Where is the homework then?
I send it in WhatsApp.
Yeah, me too.
Muhammad كمان, he sent the homework. Muhammad, his name, she sent the homework. Yes. Rodwa, only one page? Okay. Sana, where is the homework? Yes, Sana. Sana, where is the homework?
Sure, I did it.
Mister, you made a quiz?
Not the quiz, the homework. And last Monday we sent this file. Do you remember? I told you to solve this homeworks questions as a homework. You remember? Last Monday, not Wednesday.
Mister, I did
Maybe,
it. I forgot to take pictures. Can I send it now?
Okay, you can now. Our homework was first pages, like the first homework we had. It's about.
Send it again.
Sana, these are the homeworks on this page, صح? This one. Last pages we have homework also.
Oh, sorry, I didn't add one.
Right. I'm going to solve some of them. I'm not going to solve all of them. All right. Let's try to do, for example, question 16. So, question like question 16, and we want factors. All right. We want to do a common factor first, as I can see. First of all, we have 5nx squared plus 10n plus 20, and we are looking for a common factor between the first, second, and third. So I'm going to take a 5 as a common factor. And then I have an n squared plus 2n plus 4, is it? Because if you want to multiply, remultiply inside, you will get 5n squared plus 10n plus 20. After that, you just do this. Two numbers to multiply to get the 4 and add to get the 2. Do I have two numbers to multiply to get that 4 and add to get the 2? Do I have?
2 and 2.
And 2, if you add 2 and 2, you get the 2?
No.
So basically, this is the maximum thing I can't factor. I can't factor anymore, right? Because if I try to factor it, it's going to be not working. Because I can't have two numbers. There is no two numbers to multiply to get the 2, to get the 4, and add to get the 2. So this is what we will try to do. Okay, more.
Can I please ask a question?
Yes.
Can I divide by 5, or is that wrong?
No, it's wrong. It's because actually it's not equal to 0. If there is an equation, right? If there is an equation, you can divide by 0. But if there is no, we don't have an equation, so you can't. Just take a common factor. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Anaya.
The ones that I didn't solve, I didn't know how to solve them.
Okay, I will solve them now.
Okay.
Give me a minute. All right. I'm going to go to the questions, okay, the SAT questions. These are factoring, it's easy concept, but now, question 1. The expression 4x over x minus 2 is equal to which of the following? Okay. Can solve this question in many different ways. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay, so I can solve this question in many different ways. One of them, one way I can do is, look, he's saying that the expression is equal to which one, all right? I can do this, which is I will take 4x and I can divide it by x minus 2. Okay, we can do this, but I don't know, I guess this is gonna take so long. We can do this. I will show you that the answer is gonna be like 4x divided by x is gonna be, I guess, 4. 4 times x is gonna be 4x, and 4 times minus 2 is gonna be minus 8. Then I'm gonna subtract 4x minus 4x is 0, and negative 8 is gonna be plus 8. So the answer at the end is gonna be 4 plus 8 over x minus 2. Okay, so where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I guess it's C. I guess it's C. You understand? That's one way. Okay, we have another way, which is I can take a value in my cell, like any value I want. I'm gonna go with the 1. So this is what I will try to do. I will do this 4 multiplied by 1 over 1 minus 2. I will try to evaluate a value from myself. We'll go with 1. You can go with any number you want. Okay, so 4 times 1, it's a 4. 1 minus 2, it's negative 2. At the end, the answer is going to be 4 divided by negative 2, it's a negative 2. And then you can choose one of them. Here, by coincidence, we have the answer A is correct. Minus 8 over 1 minus 2, it's a negative 1. So I would say it's negative 8 over minus 1 plus 4. So negative 8 over minus 1, it's a plus 8. Plus 8 plus 4 is going to be incorrect. Here, 8 over 1 minus 2 is going to be minus 8 minus 8. Plus 4, it is going to... Do I have a mistake? No, we have a mistake. Wait a minute. 4 times 1, it's a 4. Or 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2, yeah, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, sorry. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So the 4 divided by minus 1, it's a minus 4. So it is incorrect. And now, as I can see, that's minus 8 plus 4, it's going to be minus 4. So C is correct. 4 minus 2 times 1, so 4 minus 2, it's going to be 2, so incorrect. You can go with this way also. Okay, again, what is this way is just choosing a value. You can go and choose any value you want, 1, 2, 3. And by the way, I can't choose 2. Who knows why I can't choose 2? I'm telling you that you can't choose anything, but you cannot choose 2. Do you know why you cannot choose 2?
Minus 2 equals to 2. X is in the denominator is x equals to.
The denominator will be undefined, because if I choose 2, the denominator here is going to be 2 minus 2, which is the denominator will be over 0, and that's an undefined case. All right, so I cannot choose 2. You can choose 3, 4, 5, 6, 700, I don't care, but choose anything beside 2, because 2 is an undefined case. That's question 1. Question 2, in the expression here is written in the form 1 over 2x plus 1 plus q. What is the value of q in terms of x? Like this question is different way. It's exactly same, but instead of saying divide these using long division, just saying this question. Okay, it's exactly the same. So you take the question, you take this 6x squared plus 5x plus 2, and you would divide it using long division using 2x plus 1. How I would do it? I would start again, as I told you what to do. Take the first value in here, the first value in there, and then try to divide them mentally. So 6x squared divided by 2x, I guess it's going to be 3x. Is it 3x? And then remultiply the 3x by the first and the second. 3x times 2x, it is going to be 6x squared. 3x by 1 is going to be plus 3x. And then you subtract 6x squared minus 6x squared is going to be 0. 5x minus 3x is going to be 2x. So I have a 2x plus 2. One more time, you do what? You divide the first term in here with the first term in there. So I guess 2x divided by 2x, it's plus 1. I guess I'm going to stop. The answer is B. Because obviously he's asking for the answer. Okay, if you want to check, 1 times 2x is just 2x. 1 times 1, 1. And then you subtract, you get a 0. 2 minus 1, it's a 1. So by the way, the answer is going to be this. And 1 over 2x plus 2. So I have 1 over 2x plus 2. Plus 1, sorry, and the answer.
That's the only way we can solve this question.
There is another way, which is, again, choose a value you want, right? Choose a value you want. You can choose a 1, you can choose a 3, you can choose anything you want, and then get the answer. But here, I know that now Muhammad will say, Mr., can you choose 0? Yes, you can choose 0, but you will get an incorrect number because you have 2 options with the number. I'm going to show you. I'll go with x equals 0. It means that this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So at the end, what we have a 2 over 1. There's 2 over 1, 2 over 1, which is 2. Yes? Which one, if I have a 0, which one will give it to me 2? La ilaha illallah. Lish. I have 2. Yeah, I can't choose this one. No, I can't. Because this is a division. That's the only way. No, you cannot. Because this is not, I'm not looking for an expression. I'm looking for this. Okay, so basically if you will choose 0, so it's going to be like 1 over 1. It's going to be 1 plus the answer that you will get from here. So I'm not like, I don't like it. Okay, so the only way that we'll do it is long division. That's the fastest way. Well, don't choose the values here because it's not exact same. You have to do something different here. Did you solve it in any different way? Anyone?
I tried the values and it was just getting the value of the first part of the expression 1 over 2x plus 1 and add them to the values of the choices, the expressions and the choices.
I guess it's the same. You tried choices, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's not going to be longer if you try choices. That's faster. Like long division, just give it the answer and this is it. Okay, question 3. The expression for x squared plus 5 can be written in a to x minus 1 plus r, where a is the expression in terms of x and r is a constant. What is the value of r? Okay, what is the value of r? Right now, I'm just going to make this expression equivalent to this expression. Okay, let's say I have an a multiplied by 2x minus 1 plus r. I'm going to remultiply the a inside like this, okay? So I will have a 2ax minus a plus r. I will try to make it equal to what? It's equals to 4x squared plus 5. Listen carefully now, what do I have? Now I'm just going to do something called equation balanced. Okay, equation balanced, which is I'm going to do this, which is the coefficient of x squared is going to be equal to the coefficient of x squared. We don't have a coefficient of x squared in here. A, it's an expression in terms of x. Oh, nice. And r is a constant. Okay. So that it's here it's x squared. معلش أنا اليوم نعسان. We have this expression which is 4x squared plus 5. I'm going to do it with a for x, like a, it's an expression in terms of x. What does it mean, a like expression in terms of x? It means that a, it can be anything, like can be x plus 1. Okay, this is what we call a, is an expression in terms of x. Maybe a is something. So I have to multiply 2x minus 1 by something, all right, by something. Then I'm going to add an r to it. Okay, all right. So what is the value? What is the possible value of r? And listen carefully now. Listen what I'm trying to think with. Now, my answer, like I have to simplify all of this, and at the end I have to get only 2 terms. I have to get only 2 terms. So I'm thinking like this. A have to be 2x plus 1. Why A have to be 2x plus 1? I cannot have anything else. I cannot have at all. Why? Because if you choose, as an example, let's say that you choose an A as x plus 1. Look, if you choose A as x plus 1 and you try to multiply it by 2x minus 1, and then there is an r. So you multiply x by 2x is going to be 2x squared. X by minus 1 is going to be minus x. 1 by 2x is just going to be plus x. And then 1 by minus 1 is going to be minus 1. So you will have what? X plus 2x. Here you will still have an x which is 3 terms, and that's an incorrect. So I have to have it as a 2x plus 1. Why? Because I have a concept called a plus b multiplied by a minus b. Who knows what was the answer for this? What was the answer for this? It was an a squared minus b squared. Okay, so let's take the a, which is 2x, let's square it. So I have a 2x squared minus 1 squared, and then there is an r. Okay, I will see what is r at the end. So I have a 2x squared, is going to 2 squared is going to be 4x squared, and then minus 1 squared is going to be minus 1. So I'm going to say at the end, minus 1 plus r have to equal to 4x squared plus 5. Okay, the 4x squared part, I already have it. I'm going to say that minus 1 plus r have to equal to 5. So minus 1 plus r have to equal to 5, and then r is going to be equals to 6. That is the answer. That's how you have to think and how you have to solve it. It's a tricky question. I liked it. This is a tricky question.
Can you please say what you did after a square minus b square?
I'm sure I can re-explain all the question.
What did you say?
Let's re-explain the whole question again.
Okay.
Try to delete in here so I can take a screenshot. Okay. Now again, question 3 one more time. Yahya, Mr. Muhammad, and Yahya, please try. Can you open your cameras? Same with me. All right, one more time. Question number 3. The expression 4x squared plus 5 can be written as this. You have to think with me. I have this expression. This expression are exact same. All right. So I'm gonna say that the 4x squared plus 5 and a multiplied by 2x minus 1 plus r, these two are the same. I don't know how, but I have to make them the same, and then I have to find the value of a and the value of r. Okay, this is what to do. Okay,
Yes.
I will try. Okay, I will try my best. Okay. Well, we have 2 ways, by the way. We have 2 ways to do this. One of them is by working this one, but this is going to be harder to you to understand. I can work with this, and I can take a common factor as a 4 and add a 4. It's going to be harder to you. I don't know. So listen. Now, what is we have? We have a 2x minus 1. Have this expression 2x minus 1. The a, it's an expression. A can be anything, can be 3x squared plus 5. Okay, but listen, I'm trying to think like this: is if I multiply this bracket with this bracket, I need to have it as 4x squared as the first term. Okay, so because I already have an x there, so I'm thinking that I have to have a 2x also. Why? Because the 2x, if you took it and multiplied by 2x, what you will get? You get the 4x squared. That's how you have to think with the question. Then, what is the number supposed to be in here, all right? What is the number supposed to be? But what if I just use only 2x? Can I use only 2x? Yes, you can. If you use 2x, so it's going to be 2x multiplied by 2x minus 1 plus r. So if you multiply the 2x inside, it's going to be 4x squared, and then minus 2x plus r. Look, how many terms now you have? You have a 3, and how many terms there you have? You have a 2. So you have a mistake. You have to fix this mistake. You have to fix this problem. Okay, so that's why I said the best thing to choose, the best expression you have to choose is this, which is 2x. Because I have a -1, I'm going to choose +1. Because I know that if you multiply the a plus b by a minus b, you just say a squared minus b squared. Okay, Tasneem? So that's why I'm going to go with expression a as this, x plus 1. And now look what I'm going to have. Again, the left-hand side, Tasneem, I'm not going to touch it. The left-hand side, it's a 4x squared plus 5. I'm not going to touch it. The right-hand side, I will go with a as this. The most important part is to understand why we choose then a as 2x plus 1. All right? So I used instead of a by this. That's an a, by the way. Now you can apply a formula. What is the formula? It's a plus b, a minus b. Here, the formula, this one I just talked about. So it's going to be a squared minus b squared. What is the value of a? It's 2x. What is the value of b? It's a 1. Don't forget there is a plus r. So 2x squared is going to be 2 squared. It's a 4. X squared minus 1 plus r. Now, Tasneem, the left-hand side I didn't touch. I'm going to keep it the same. 4x squared and 4x squared, you can cancel them out. So what do you still have? You still have a 5 equals to -1 plus r. Can you solve it? Yes, I do. I'm going to get which is 5 plus 1, which is equals to r. And now the final answer we have is what? Is 6. And r equals 6. Okay, Anaya?
Yes, Mr.
Yes, Mr. You are talking and you're playing with the phone. Yeah.
No, I'm talking with my mom. I'm ordering for her some stuff. I'm sorry.
Okay. So r equals 6. تمام يا تسنيم? Okay, take your time, Naya. It's okay. Next question. 4. The function, this is, by the way, 4 is one of the questions that the SAT, they like a lot. Okay? This type of questions that they liked so much. Yeah, this is SAT type. So this is so much important. All right, so the function g defined by the polynomial, the table above shows some values of x and gx. What is the remainder when gx is divided by x plus 3? Okay, that's a topic I have to talk about. This is something I didn't talk about, so I'm going to add a page. I'm going to explain to you this. Everyone, stay with me, please. Didn't understand. Didn't explain this one before. When we have a function, when I have a function fx, and you divide it by, let's say that you're going to divide it by x plus value. I don't care. Okay, x plus b. Look, listen carefully, everyone. So I'm taking the fx, the function fx, and I'm going to divide the function by x plus b, right? Listen carefully. Again, you have a function, you are dividing this function by an expression, and especially the linear expression because we liked it so much. X plus a number, b, it stands for a number, okay? Here could be any number, maybe x plus 1, maybe x minus 5, maybe x plus 7, I don't care. So right now, when you divide, you know that we learned how you divide using long division. Again, fx can be any function, and fx can be x squared or x cubed, I don't care. 3x cubed plus 4x squared minus 5x plus 1 as an example. All right, do you understand? So fx can be any function, and the denominator x plus or minus b any number.
Function.
Function يعني هيك. polynomial.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Now listen. Try to take the fx. You try to divide it by x plus b. Right. I don't care about the answer. Actually, I care about the remainder. Now, the remainder has 2 types or 2 cases. The case number 1 is if your remainder is a 0. Listen. So the case number 1 is if the remainder is equal to 0. And the case number 2 is, as you can guess, if the remainder equal to a number. All right. If the remainder is equal to 0, I have a statement to say. And if the remainder is equal to a number, I have a statement, another one to say. Okay. All right. So if the remainder right now is equal to 0, this is my statement. I'm gonna say, if I wrote in Y, I don't write in Y. I'm gonna say then x plus b is a factor to fx. What is a factor to fx? And if the remainder is equal to a number, then this statement you have to say it's the remainder, or wait, what was the statement now? What was the question? Let me just write the exact same. What he said, the remainder when gx divided by, okay. So then just say exactly the same. Then if you divide fx by x plus b, the remainder is something, just a number, which is whatever the remainder is. Okay, if equal to a number, let's say the number is something alpha. حاسسكم نعسانين او انا نعسان او في شيء غلط اليوم بالسيشن صح؟ ولا it's only Monday؟ شو الفكرة؟ طيب يلا اوكي حلوين. Let me explain this. Let me explain this question and I hope that you understand it well. صح في فكرة أنا لسه ما خلصت صح wait لسه ما خلصت أنا. Okay, the concept again one more time. When you take the fx, you divide it by x plus b. Let me just have another page and let me try to explain to you an example, live example. Well, let's try to take x squared, the function that you have, the fx, the polynomial that you have, x squared plus 5x plus 6, and you divide it by x plus 3. All right, listen carefully. Now, fx, x squared plus 5x plus 6, and you divide it by x plus 3. Let's try to divide it using long division. X squared plus 5x plus 6, you divide it by x plus 3. Then what is going to happen? Again, I told you to take the first term with the first term. X squared divided by x, it's x. X multiplied by x, x squared. X multiplied by 3, it's a 3x. You subtract, you get a 0. You get what? An 8x. Yes? What is next? Who knows what is next? You can't tell me what is next.
We minus 5x to 3x.
What?
We subtract 5x and 3x.
I did.
So it's gonna be 2x.
2x?
2x, yes.
شكرا عليك. بس كده بعمل check إذا حدا فايق ولا لا. It's gonna be 2x. When it's subtracting, okay, it's 5, not plus a 3, it's a 2x. Okay? All right, plus 6. Okay, Radwa, what is next now?
2x divided by x. So
Yes,
maybe
you
plus
take the
2.
first term in here with the first term in there. You divide the 2x by x, you get the answer as a 2. Multiply the 2 by x is going to be 2x. Multiply the 2 by 3 is going to be 6. And then you subtract, what do you get? Listen, 0 and a 0. So what is your remainder? What is it, my remainder? My remainder is 0. So what statement I can say? I can say this, which is, I'm going to say that x plus 3 is a factor of the polynomial that x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now, my whole point here, everyone stay with me, focus with me, please, everyone. My whole point is here. So how do I know that I have a factor or not? How do I know that I have a factor or not? Okay. Do I have to do always like dividing long division and I will wait for the remainder? No, I don't have to. What is going to be? It's going to be like this. Take the denominator. The whole point is here, guys. Stay with me. You take the denominator, you make it equal 0. Look, I'm going to take x plus 3. I'm going to make it equal 0. Then what is the answer you have?
-3.
-3, okay? Look, I will take the denominator and I will make it equal 0. And then the answer that you get take it and apply it instead of x's in numerator. So I'm going to say x squared plus 5 times x plus 6. Okay, so it's going to be instead of x, what we said, we agreed that it's a negative
-3.
So negative 3 squared, it's a 9. Minus 15 plus 6. 9 minus 15 plus 6, it's going to be 0. So that's my remainder. And instead of doing all the long division, and instead of doing, what?
Excuse me, we can know that x plus 3 is factor from the function of x, because if we just look at the function, we can and simplify it, we will find that it's factor from the simplification.
Yes, Radwa, I'm talking about like, this is easy example, but we have much complicated ones. So that's the way you have to do it, okay? I'm giving you right now an easy one. So you know that, I know that the x plus 5 numbers multiply to get a 6 and add to get a 5. I know you can say that x plus 3, x plus 2, because this is an easy one. If you have a harder one and with the fractions and the decimals, I don't care. So this is what you do. What you do, you take the denominator right now, you take this denominator, you make it equal 0, you find the answer, then you apply, all right? If you have a 0, so we call it a factor. If you don't have a 0, so this is your remainder. Listen, if you have like a number, if you take it and you divide, let's use the same example, x squared plus 5x plus 6, and let's try to divide it by x plus 1, all right? Using long division. Look, x squared plus 5x plus 6 divided by x plus 1. What is going to be? It's going to be like this. Again, take the first with the first, it's going to be x, multiply x times x squared times x plus 1, it's an x. Subtract, you get a 0. 5x minus x is going to be 4x plus 6. Then I will take the first with the first, I have a 4. 4 times x is going to be 4x. 4 times 1 is going to be 4. You subtract, you get a 0, and you get what? You get a 2. Now, what is your remainder? My remainder is 2. Do I have a faster way to do to find this 2? Yes, we do have a faster way. شو هي faster way is just listen, take the denominator and make it equal 0. Let's try to take the denominator x plus 1.
X equals -1.
Negative 1. So what I can do with this -1, I can take it and I can plug it in. So I have an x squared, which is -1 squared, plus 5 times minus 1 plus 6. -1 squared, it's a 1. Minus 5 plus 6. 1 minus 5, it's a -4. -4 plus 6, it's what? It's a 2, which is exactly the same. This is, by the way, this thing called the remainder theory. This is what we called it, the remainder theory. Let's go back to our question and let's see what we have to do or how we have to solve it. Now, as I can see that I have a table, all right? I have a table. So he's saying to you this, which of the following, okay, I have a function of several values. So which of the following divides gx by x plus 3? So listen carefully. What is saying to you that I'm going to divide the gx by what? By x plus 3. And I want to you want to find what? To find the remainder. Yes or not? So what I told you, if you want to find the remainder, I told you to take it and make it equal 0. So x plus 3, make it equal 0. So what is the answer you have? -3. Look at your table. Where is the value of -3? It corresponds to a 2. So that's the remainder. So the remainder is 2. And that's how you solve it. That's how easy you can solve it. After understanding this, I guess this is easy. Is it easy? Yeah.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, I told you this. Listen, do you understand this one? I'm saying that you take the denominator, you make it equal 0 here, and then you take it, you plug it in, you get the answer.
Yes.
It's exactly the same here. Listen, I will take the function that we have a gx and divide it by x plus 3. So I will take x plus 3, this one. Tamam? We'll take x plus 3 and make it equal 0. What the answer you will get? You get a -3, صح?
Yes.
If you take the -3 and you plug it in the gx, you take it and you plug it in the gx, so it means that if you have a -3, you get the answer of 2. If you have a -2, you get the answer of 3. These are the values of x, and these are the values of gx. Yani, if you take the x and you plug it in, you get this. If you take the x, you plug it in, you get this. Do you understand? So I care only about the -3. What is the answer of -3? It's a 2. So this is the answer. It's 2. If you practice with this, you will find yourself easy. Okay, it's going to be easier. Just give yourself a minute. Try to practice by yourself.
Yes.
Let me try to find this. Just give me a minute. No, I don't want this. I will try. I guess there is something. Yes. Okay. Let's try to find this. Let's try to solve 9 now because it's related to the same concept. He's saying to you this: for a polynomial bx, p2 equals 0, which of the following must be true about bx? Okay, guys, b2 equal 0. What does it mean b2 equals 0? It means that the value of x2 and the value of fx is 0. Okay, or bx is 0. So this is the value of x, and this is the value of y, or the value of bx. Okay, so it means that when you take the 2 and you plug it in, what is the answer you get? A 0.
Can you repeat? How do you get? How do you know that it's x? Why can't we say it's y?
Listen, we have Tasneem, we have a function, or like a general rule. When you have an fa equal b, inside the bracket stands for x, and outside stands for y, or stands for your function, the name of the function, fx, dx, bx. Here the function name is a bx, so that's why I said the bx. Always inside the bracket for x, and outside is for y, or for fx, or for bx, or for the name of the function that you have. Okay? So,
Okay.
what can I understand from this? I can understand that if you take the 2, the number 2, and you plug it in dx, the answer, what is the answer? Is 0. So try to take all of these and try to make them equal 0. Okay, and see which one will give it to you 2. If I said that exactly, that's the answer, C. 2x equals 0, then x equal 0. So no, I will say 2x minus 2 equals 0. It means that if you solve it, I will say 2x equals 2, معناتها x equals 1. No, I will take C, which is x minus 2 equals 0. It means that x equals 2. Yes, correct. And if you take this one, like x plus 2 equals 0, it means that x equals to minus 2. Incorrect. So depends on this understanding, okay? Depends on this understanding. When you take it and the remainder is 0, so what we called it? We called it a factor. So that's how you solve it. I know that I gave you these questions and I didn't explain to you the concept, but I don't know. You understand it?
Yes, makes sense.
I hope that you do. Let's go back to our homework. Question 5. That's why I told you to solve the homework, because when you solve the homework, you tried your best, okay? You tried to solve the questions, you tried to understand the questions, and while I'm explaining, you will understand more because you already have an idea inside your head. So now, when I'm showing you questions, and maybe I'm showing you a different way, okay? You'll understand it more because you already have a concept for the questions. All right, so we have a 3z cubed minus k xz squared plus 5xz plus 2x minus 2. If the polynomial above, k is a constant, if z plus minus 1 is a factor for the polynomial, what is the value of k? I just told you the concept of having a factor. What does it mean? Who knows? I just explained this. It means to make it 0, but what does it mean equals 0? You take the z plus 1 minus 1. You make it equal 0, yes? And then what is equals? Then z equals to what? 1. Yes or not?
Yes.
Okay. Tasneem means that take the 1 and plug it instead of z's we have. Okay. And then make equal 0. That is the concept of having factor. One more time. I have two variables, by the way, this time. I have a z and I have an x. And he said that z minus 1 is a factor. It means that you take the z minus 1, you make it equal 0, you find the answer, and then you plug it in, and you make all of it equal 0. Let's try to apply right now. I'm going to say 2z cube, right? Listen, do I have a space? I don't have a space. If you move down like just a little bit more, yeah. Okay. I have a 2z cubed, which is 1 cubed, minus a multiplied by x. I don't know what is x, multiplied by z, which is 1 squared, plus 5 times x times z. Yes, z is 1, plus 2 times x. Okay, 2 times x. All right, minus 2 equals 0. All right, let's try to find the answer. 1 cubed, it's a 1, multiplied by 2, it's a 2, minus 1 squared, it's a 1, multiplied by x, just an x, so minus kx, plus 5 times x times 1 is just 5x, plus 2x minus 2 equals 0. Right, so 2 minus 2 canceled out. I just canceled them out. So I have a minus k. Wait a minute. I'm going to say I will take x as a common factor from all of these. All right. I'm going to take an x as a common factor from all of this. So I will say x a common factor. I have a minus k plus 5 plus 2. All of that equals 0. So I have a x multiplied by minus k. 5 plus 2, it's a plus 7 equals 0. So you know that when you listen, when we have a 5 or just a number x equals 0, what does it mean? It means that the number equals 0. I don't know if you know this concept. So if I have a coefficient with the variable equals 0, it means that the coefficient have to be equal 0. So the minus k plus 7 is equal to 0. So if you move the k other side, you have it equals 7.
Wait, can you repeat what you said about what was the concept? I didn't get it.
The concept is, Tasneem, if you have any number, okay, any number like a multiplied by a variable equals 0, it means directly that the coefficient equals 0. That's a concept that you have to know from grade 8 or something. Right? Once you have a coefficient like this, if I have a k or a number, any number, all right, a plus 2 multiplied by x equals 0. How can I find the value of a? It means that the coefficient here is equal to 0. Exactly. I don't care about the variable. I care about the coefficient.
Yeah, okay.
Here, what I did again, the 2's already canceled out. There is no 2's anymore. So I took an x's as a common factor. So if I took an x as a common factor, what still I have? I still have a minus k plus 5 plus 2. Then a minus k is the same. 5 plus 2, it's a 7. Then we make it equal 0 using this formula or this concept. And this is it. I hope that I'm good. You understand this one? Right, question 6. When you divide, or when 3x squared minus 8x minus 4 is divided by this, the result can be expressed as a minus 8 over 3x minus 2. What is the a in terms of x? Okay, one more time, you take this, you divide it by that, you find the answer only. You don't care about the remainder because the remainder is already, you have it as a minus 8. So I'm dividing the 3x squared minus 8x minus 4. You divide it by what? By 3x minus 2. Let's try to find the answer. Again, you take the first term with the first term, you divide them together, you say, I divide 3x squared by 3x. I'm going to say it's an x. Multiply first, multiply second. So you have a 3x squared, x times minus 2, it's going to be minus 2x. You subtract, you say it's a 0, you say it's a minus 6x plus or minus 4. All right, so I have a minus 6, I have a plus a 3, it's going to be minus 2. This is it. Because minus 2 times 3x is going to be minus 6x, and minus 2 times minus 2, it's a plus 4. subtract, and there is no space. So you subtract, you get a -8. That's correct. So the answer is x minus 2, which is option. إني أرى وجوها عابسة جدا. عابسة ولا عابسة؟ يا أسامة. Mr. Osama, you're frozen.
My internet is slow, Mr.
Okay. أسامة أنت في اسطنبول؟ أسامة هل أنت في اسطنبول؟ في تركيا؟
No, Mr. I'm still in Iraq.
أنت بالعراق؟ ماشي. أنا راسي. حر عندكم بالعراق صح؟
Yes, Mr.
إمتى جاي على اسطنبول؟
Very hot. Yes, Mr.
أنت كنت أساسا ساكن في اسطنبول ولا لا؟ مو قلت لي أنت في اسطنبول؟ لمين كان؟ غير نايا. يلا whatever. أساسا النت عندك الله يرحمنا برحمته بس. Okay, question 7. The expression this can be written or rewritten as a x plus 1. Okay, exact same one. Exact same one. What is a in terms of x? What is a in terms of x? Is it constant? What is a in terms of x? If you didn't solve it before, give it another chance now. If you're not able to solve it in the homework, now try to give it another chance. To use a as this and try to see which one is going to be like the best choice. Should I solve it or you will try to give it another chance?
Give it another chance.
Okay, now try your best. Okay, this is it. The best way to solve the question here right now, it's by trying. Okay, Osama, tell me, how you solve this question? Or can you, like,
Long division.
long division? If you have any long division. Long division
We
what?
divided the quadratic plus 1.
This one by x plus 1.
Yes.
All right, perfect. This is so good way. Guys, he's using this. When I don't know if you know, when you have an a over b and you use long division, so a divided by b, if you have an answer as a c and there is a remainder as a d, okay, so this one is going to be like this expression, long division. I can say by this, it's going to be basically b multiplied by c plus d. So when you divide, again, when you divide a over b, the answer is going to be just b multiplied by c plus what? Plus d. If you want to prove, I can prove it to you by saying this. If you divide 9 over anything, 9 over 4. Okay, 9 over 4. What is the answer? Is going to be 2. 2 times 4 is going to be 8, and then the remainder is going to be equals to 1. So 9, how can I say that 9? 9 is equal to 4 multiplied by 2 plus 1. Yes, 4 multiplied by 2 plus 1. So basically, I can say that B multiplied by C plus D is equal same as A. Save it as a formula. This is so good one. Okay, listen. Now the A multiplied by this plus this, I'm gonna make it equal to this. So I'm gonna make. Wait a minute. I need a space.
Didn't you solve a similar question by saying putting brackets, parentheses to see? Do you get what I mean?
That's another way. And why I'm solving different ways, because you have to put it in your mind that there is another ways. Okay. Look, now what we were trying to do. I don't know. Maybe you like this one more. Yeah, Tasneem. So I'm gonna say 2x squared minus 4x minus 3. I'm gonna divide it by x plus 1. All right? I'm gonna divide it by x plus 1. So 2x squared multiplied or divided by x, what is it? I will say it is gonna be 2x, is it? So 2x multiplied by x is gonna be 2x squared. 2x multiplied by 1 is just 2x. Subtract, you get that a 0. Minus 4 minus 2 is gonna be minus 6x. And then minus 3. One more time. 6 minus 6x divided by x is gonna be minus 6.
Wait, why did you why? Oh, yeah, that's never mind.
Okay, that's the beauty of it. So minus 6 multiplied by x is going to be minus 6x. Minus 6 multiplied by 1 is going to be minus 6. You subtract, you get a 0. And minus 3 plus 6 is going to be plus 3. So basically, this is the answer that they're looking for, the A, and this is the value of B, which is the answer of D. Type. Can I solve this question? Where is it? No, not this one. Not this one. This one. Yeah, this one. Can I solve this one? This one. Using the same way? Yes, I do. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to solve it here. I'm going to solve it here using right now this way. We'll take the 4x squared plus 5. Now divide it by 2x minus 1. Okay? I told you something that when you divide using long division, try your best to write it in a standard form, because I'm going to say 4x squared plus 0x plus 5. Why I'm doing this? Because I don't want to do any mistakes. All right, so 4x squared divided by 2x, I will say it's going to be 2x. 2 times 2 is going to be 4x squared. 2 times minus 1 is going to be minus 2x. You subtract. 4x minus 4x is 0. 0 minus minus 2 is going to be plus 2x. Plus 5. Okay. Now, I'm saying that 2x divided by 2x is going to be plus 1. Right, so 1 multiplied by 2x is 2x. 1 multiplied by minus 1, it's a minus 1. You subtract. 2x minus 2x is 0. 5 minus minus 1 is going to be plus 6. So this is the answer that you're looking for, which is plus 6. At the end, look, what do we have? We have plus 6. You can use also this one. I don't know, you might like it. I don't know if you like it. Okay. Mom? Okay, let's go back to our original questions. Question 7. Okay, question 8. Exactly the same. It's exactly the same. All right. I will take this. I will divide it by x minus 2. All right. And I'm going to see the answer. So I will say x squared plus 4x minus 9 divided by x minus 2. And let's see the answer that we have. X squared divided by x is going to be x. X multiplied by x is going to be x squared. X multiplied by minus 2 is going to be minus 2x. Subtract, you get a 0. And what you get here, you get a 6x minus 9. Now 6x divided by x is going to be 6. 6 multiplied by x is going to be 6x. 6 multiplied by minus 2, it's going to be what? It's going to be minus 12. You subtract, you get a 0. Minus 9 plus 12, who knows? Minus 9 plus 12? 4. Is it?
3.
3 or 4? 3, صح. 3. Right. So at the end, it means that x plus 6 multiplied by x minus 2 plus 3. If you do compare, if you try to do a compare, you will see that a number is in the coefficient of x, it's a 1. And the number here, it's a b, which is a 6. And the number here is going to be c. So a plus b plus c, which is 1, plus 6 plus 3. And that's then the answer is 10. Because the we solved 9. Let's do 10. Bx is this, then bx is divisible by which of the following? Guys, when he's asking for divisible by which of the following, what does it mean divisible by? Divisible by, it means that the remainder?
0.
Exactly, the remainder is 0. And lucky us that I just explained to you how you will find the remainder. How you will find the remainder? You just take this one, make it equal 0. You find the answer as an x equals to what? 2, all right? Then you take it and you plug it in. If the answer you get as a 0, right, I will go with it. If the answer is not, I'm not going to go with it. This is this easy, right? Look, x cubed plus x squared minus 5 multiplied by x plus 3. Again, what is the value of x that I'm going to plug it in? Substitute it by 2. I'm going to substitute it by 2. So 2 cubed, it's what? 2 cubed? It's an 8. Plus 2 squared, it's a 4. Minus 5 times 2, it's a 10. Plus 3. All right. Do you think, is it 0? 8 plus 4? 12 minus 10 plus 3. 12 minus 10, it's a 2 plus 3. And the answer at the end is 5. Is it 0?
No.
Who knows what is this 5 represent?
Remainder.
Remainder, exactly. So who can tell me, besides Tasneem, who can tell me, how can I say like a full statement about this case? Let me tell you the first one. Listen, what I'm gonna say, if you divide bx by x minus 2, listen carefully, if you divide the bx by x minus 2, the remainder is gonna be 5. Yani, if you have a empty time, if you are available, try to take this and try to divide it using long division by that. The remainder have to be 5. So the remainder is not 0. If the remainder is 0, I will make it as a divisible by. So now I'm gonna take the second one, I'm gonna make it equal 0. And I guess x minus 1 equals 0. It means that x equals to what? X equals 1. This time I'm gonna substitute instead of x's by 1. And I will see, do I have an answer as a 0 or not? Right, 1 cubed, the 1 plus 1 minus 5 plus 3. 1 plus 1, it's a 2, minus 5 plus 3. I guess it is a 0, so this is correct. All right? The bx is divisible by x minus 1. So the second one is correct. The first one is incorrect, so this is incorrect, and this is incorrect, and this is incorrect because the first one is incorrect. صح? So which option left? C. You don't have even to check the third one. Why I canceled option A and B and D? Because the first one I'm sure about it is incorrect. I cannot choose this and this and that. So the only option left is C. Yani, do you know hatta we don't have to check the second one? Because once you canceled all of the A, B, and D, you have only one option. Right. Do we have any more questions? No, this is it. Let's take a break and then let's resume. Let's take a break for 10 minutes. Now it's a 40. We'll take a break to 50. Okay? Minutes and we'll be back. back. Everyone's here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Yahya, Usama, Muhammad, Maya, you here? What ideas left in this lesson or in this chapter? This chapter has a lot of ideas. كثيرة جدا. Yep. We finished from the exponents, from radicals, expressions, long division. Okay, let's talk about this. It's easy. This is something we call the intersections. Okay, so now we have an idea, I don't know, one or two ideas left. And one of them, it's called the zeros of a function, right? Zeros of a function. What do I mean by zeros of a function? It's if you have like a coordinate, right? If you have a coordinate, that's the x-axis and that's the y-axis. Basically, we're talking about the intercept. Yani, when you have, for example, you have a linear function like this. Okay, that's my linear function now. You see this linear function? The zeros of a function, we're talking about the x-intercepts, right? We are talking about the x-intercepts. This one, it's what we call a zero of a function, okay? We call it a symbol zero. That's what we call it, a symbol zero. So what is the symbol zero? The symbol zero, it's basically your function just crossing the x-axis. One more example. Radwan, go wash your face, ya Radwan.
I'm awake.
حبتنامي يا Radwan. All right, so x and y. Let's say this, I have an x and y. Another example about the symbol zero, maybe you have this. Okay, now the first one is just your line. As you can see that your line or your graph is just crossing. Look, going down from down to up until the x-axis. It's across the x-axis and then it go back and cross again. So now how many symbol zeros that we have right now? We have two symbol zeros. So the concept of having symbol zero, by the way, zeros is the same meaning as the x-intercepts. The first type we have is what we call the symbol zero. The second type we have is what we called the double zero. This is what we call the double zero. Look, your function, it touches the x-axis. It touches the x-axis and it's never crossed the x-axis. So this is what we called. This is what we called here. This point we called it a double zero. Right? That's what we call a double zero because it touches the x-axis. That is the x. That is the y. Okay. Now we have. You might have it like this. Right. How many zeros that we have right now at this example?
Two.
How many zero?
Two.
We have two. One of them is a symbol zero. This is a symbol zero. And one of them is a double zero. Right? Okay, Jamal. So we have a two. We have a two. We have a one with symbol and one with double zero. Any problem? Basically, this is it. But the concept right now is I can't understand the symbol and the double using the graph. But what if I don't have a graph? What if I have an algebraic equation? Okay, as an example, when you have a y equals to, example, x plus 1, x minus 5, as an example, look, it's what we call the bracket number 1 and the bracket number 2. Now, these brackets has, what is the power right now here? The power is 1, the power is 1. Because the power is here and there as a 1, so I'm going to say, if you make it equal 0, I'm going to say minus 1 and a plus 5 are symbol zeros. So I'm going to say that the function that we have, an fx or y or whatever, so the function fx has a symbol 0 at -1 and has a symbol 0 at a +5. But how can I see if you have a double 0, your function is going to be this. The function fx is going to be, as an example, x plus 2 power 2 and x minus 5. As an example, right? Like just numbers now. So I'm going to say, because this is a power 2 and this is a power of 1, I will say this. I have my function has a power 2, means that I have a double 0 at -2, and I have a symbol 0 at what? Symbol 0 at 5. Exactly. Somehow this is it. Somehow this is it. Let's see this. He gives it to a graph and he's asking which one of the following represents your graph. Okay, which of the following represents? Now you have to look on the zeros and you tell me what do I have. I guess I have 1, 2, 3. What types of these 3?
Simple zeros.
All of them, yes. So first of all, I have a symbol at -4. Another symbol at 0, and another one
6.
+6. Yes. So I have a 6, and I have a 0, and I have a -4. So first of all, I'm going to cancel option A. I'm going to cancel option C. Who knows why?
Because the double 0 is power 2 on the
Exactly. Exactly, Anaya. It's because I have a power 2. And as you can see in option A and option C, the x power 2, معناتها the x have to be double 0, and I don't have an x as a double 0. So what I have to choose? Do I have to choose B or do I have to choose D? I'm going to go with B, obviously B. Why? Because like x by itself, which is, this is x. And x plus 4 will give it to you answer as what? Will give it to you as a -4 and answer as if you make it equal 0. And x minus 6, if you make it equal 0, we'll give it to answer as 6. So yes, the answer is B. Easy?
Yes.
Super easy. I guess we have one more question about this, but I don't know where is it. As I remember, we do have. بس وينه؟ أين أنت أيها السؤال؟ أين؟ Let's do this. We finished the idea of the zeros, okay? It's easy one. Yeah, I'll take a minute for this. It's also easy. I explained during the homework. This one I explained during the homework. Take a minute for this.
I sent my answer in the chat box.
صح يا يحيى صح. Okay, so as we can see, most of you answered answer C, 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 D. Osama, you said, okay, you corrected by yourself. All right, yeah, exactly. The answer is C, ya Jamal. Exactly. Correct. Perfect. All right. Again, he's saying to you this. I have a function as in hx, and he's asking which one is must be a factor. We explained the concept of having factor. What does it mean? I have a factor. I have a factor. It means that hx, one of them, for example, if you make it equal 0, all of them make them equal 0. All of them make them equal 0, right? So x minus 8 equals 0. The answer is going to be x equals 8. The answer is going to be x equals 1. The answer is going to be x equals to -1. And the answer will be x equals to -5. One of them, 8, I don't have an 8 in the x values. And I don't have a 1 in the x values. I don't have an, do I have a -1? Yes, I do have a -1. Type. What is its corresponds value with -1? It's a 0. Because it's a 0, so I'm going to say x plus 1 is a factor of hx. Guys, this question, you're going to see it in the exam. I'm that sure. Huh? So easy and so important. Going to see it in the exam because it's going to confuse the students, and they like to confuse students. SAT people, they are bad. They like to confuse students.
Can you just say what you did after we got that x plus 1 is a factor of hx?
Tell us, we choose the answer.
It has to be one of the choices, and then hx equals 0.
One of the what?
Choices. Hx has to equal 0.
Yes, it has to be equal 0. Why? Because he said a factor. Yahya, the concept of having factor, it means that have to be equal 0. Okay? Ideas, I don't know if there is any ideas left. Am I lagging?
No.
One last idea left. Which is the growth equations. Growth equations. And if you are not ready, please be ready. If you are feeling sleepy, go wash your face. If you are hungry, go eat something. Because this is something good and something, I don't know, it's not that hard, but yani, jameel. Okay, growth equation, or sometimes we can call it an exponential equation. Who had an idea about the exponential equation? I'm lagging it, Jamal. Your cameras are posing. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
My camera is it stopping or?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, huh? Because your camera stops. But who can tell me an idea? What is the exponential means? Or if you heard about the exponential equation, what is it? What is anything about the exponential equation? Anyone?
Grows not linearly.
Not linearly, but not like if it's not linear, it doesn't have to be exponential, ya Osama. Could be quadratic. This is not linear. Cubic, non-linear, exponential, not linear. Do you understand? Like it's not only non-linear, it means that exponential.
Y equals A times B power X.
A times B power X. Did I say this one before?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you took my form. Anyone else?
B is greater than 1, then it's a positive. If it's B is less
A is
than
greater
1,
than 1, it's a positive.
Yeah, right. هذا بيكون خطأ.
طيب. The most important part, listen to me carefully. The most important part between the exponential in the exponential equation is to understand the difference between the exponential equation and the linear equation. Let's start as an exponential equation. What is the form of the exponential equation? As you said, Tasneem, it's y equals a multiplied by b power x. And a, this value a, it's actually, this is what we call the initial value. The initial value. And b basically will be the rate, right? The rate. And x will represent the time or whatever the value, okay? But mostly we're going to use the time, so x will stand for a time. This is so important. Please drop your pen and stay with me. Give me your eyes. Give me your eyes. Yeah, give me your eye. Yeah. سنة يعني طبعا أنت سنة I don't know. You consider to be open camera أنت حاليا سنة. Sana, can you hear my voice? Yes, Sana?
Yes.
Where is your camera?
Okay, wait a minute, please.
The most important part is to understand what is the difference between the growth, the exponential, and the linear. Okay? The difference between exponential and linear. Before I start, anyone knows? What is the difference?
What's drawn?
حاسس حالي قاعد في سوريا يا زلمه والفيديوز pause open. Okay. The difference between the exponential and linear is this. The linear equation, okay? Let's say in linear equation, let's say that I have a value, $100, okay? I have a value, and each month I'm gonna earn an amount of money. So if I have a value as 100, okay, every month I'm gonna earn $5. So in my first month I'm gonna earn 105. In my second month I'm gonna earn another 5, so I'm gonna have 110. In my third month I'm gonna earn $5 more, so I'm gonna have 115. In a fourth one, in a fifth one, in a sixth one, so I will keep going on 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 by 5. That's a linear function. So the linear function, it is increasing. There is a rate. I'm gonna say this. There is a rate. Okay, I have a rate. I have an amount of increasing, but
it doesn't double.
Not about doubling. It's about constant value. It's about increasing with the same amount of values. Okay, but the exponential, for example, the exponential. I'm gonna say if I have 100, all right, I have $100. In my first month, the 100 is gonna double. Every month I will double it. Okay, so in my first month I have 100. It's gonna be doubled, so it's gonna be 200. So from the first month, from the beginning to the first month, how much it's increased? As an example, double. It's increased by 100. Is it?
Yes, 100.
For the next month now, from a 200 to the next month, what is gonna happen? It's gonna be 400. So is it constant? The increasing from 100 to 200, it's plus 100. From 200 to 400, it's plus what? 200. So is it the same amount? No, it's not the same amount. So once you don't have exactly the same amount, so this is when you say, I don't have a linear, I have an exponential. It's an exponential. Huh? I don't know if you believe it. Do you know that if I have a piece of paper, okay, what is the thickness of the piece of paper? شو الثيكنس تبع piece of paper? What do you think?
0.1.
0.1 millimeter, let's say. Let's call it milli. Okay? Listen for this fact. It's a fact, okay? It's proven fact. If you have a paper, I don't have a paper right now. Do I have a paper? No, I don't. I don't have a paper. Okay, so the thickness of a paper. Well, if you take the paper now, anyone, if you have a paper next to you, try to fold it. Listen, I have a paper, yes. Now, the thickness of a paper, if you try to fold it, what is the new thickness that I have right now? For example, if we said, now Yahya said that the thickness is 0.1 millimeter, all right? Like this. Come on? That's a one paper. You take it and you fold it 2 times, okay? Like, no, not 2 times, 1 time. What is the new thickness that you're going to have?
0.2.
0.2. So we fold it 1 time, you have a 0.2. Now, this paper, try to fold it again. What is the new thickness going to be?
0.4.
0.4, is it? Now, if you fold it 3 times, okay, my idea right now, no humans can fold the paper more than 7 times. Try to fold the paper. I'm talking about the A4, okay? Now, in a paper and try to fold it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 6 times, 7 times. Listen for this surprisingly fact. Listen for this fact. If you took a paper, listen everyone, and you tried to fold it 40 times, distance or the thickness of the paper that's going to be between the Earth and the Moon. This is a fact. This is a fact. Well, I can't remember if the piece of paper 7 or 8. Maybe you can 7. The 8 times going to be
still 6 and I can't fold it again.
maximum 7, maximum. شو هي تصنيم؟
I'm 6.
6. I have a student, he's with muscles, so he did the 7. That's maximum. This is it. We stop. The fact is, actually, I can prove it to you. Listen, I will use now. I'm using exponential equation. What is the exponential equation? The exponential equation is this: y equals a multiplied by b power x. Now, this is what we call an exponential. Why it's an exponential? Exponential because every time I'm doubling. Okay, every time I'm doubling. All right, what is the initial value? I'm gonna say that the initial value is gonna represented by the thickness of a paper, which is 0. What is it?
0.1.
I will Google it because it's a fact. So I will Google it. It's 0.1. Okay, 0.1. Yeah, nice. It's between 0.5, 0.05 and 0.1. I'm going to go with the 0.5. Okay, 0.1 millimeter. That's the initial value. Okay, multiplied by the rate. What I'm saying the rate now, what we're doing, we are doubling it. Yeah, we are doubling it. So 0.1 multiplied by the rate is basically it's double. Okay, or how many times you are doubling it? If you are doubling it 1 time, it's going to be 0.2. You are doubling it 2 times. So I'm going to say, I'm going to double it 40 times. Okay, I told you that if you take a paper and you double it 40 times, you will get the distance as this. I don't know if the calculator can do this, but 0.1 multiplied by 2 to the power of 40. And I'm going to explain to you what is this. 1.09, okay, multiplied at the end, you see multiplied by 10 power 11. What does it mean multiplied by 10 power 11? It means this, which is I'm gonna write 11 zeros next to it without the point, so it's gonna be 9 zeros. So I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros. That's in, what is the unit? It's in milliliter, millimeter. Okay. How can we change from millimeter to kilometer? By what? By a million. So 1, 2, 3. So basically, it's this kilometers. So I have 109,000 kilometers. All right. So what is the distance? Distance from Earth to Moon. The distance is actually 300. And okay, so it's not 40 times. It's more than 40 times. It's 80 times. But the concept is, do you understand that the paper, it's paper. If you fold it 40 times, you have 100 kilos. Okay. If you fold it 80 times, you're gonna have more. Oh, wait. It's a 384. 384. So if I did power 50 times, this is it. No, less than 4. 42. This is it. 42 times. Wait, 41, Manata? I guess 41 is going to be enough. No, 42. 42 times you will be distance from Earth to Moon. This is exponential equation. Okay? This is what we call an exponential equation. One more time. Let's go back to our lesson. Okay, so the exponential equation, it's again, what is it? Y equals to A multiplied by P power X. Sometimes I can use this. Y equals an initial value 1 plus or minus the rate to the power of time. Okay, I'm going to use this like a lot. This one, we like it so much. Right? We use this one once you have like the rate as a decimal. All right. Once you have a rate as a number, for example, now some questions is saying to you that the rate is doubling every time, it's tripling every time, 10 times. Okay. So if the rate as a number, as a number, all right, the number, use this formula. If you rate as a decimal or as a percent, use this one. Okay, the A here and there represents what? Represents the initial value. A here and there represent the initial value. And the R represents, what does the R represent? The rate. But stay with me for a minute. R right now, it's represent, Yahya, you folded 8 times? MashaAllah, Yahya. Virginia, where is it? Let me see it 8 times. I didn't see the 8 times anymore before.
Can you see it?
My connection, I don't know. My connection is so bad. The connection is so bad. You have a voice?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm going to say this. Stay with me for a minute. So the rate right now, I'm going to say, the question is going to say to you this. For example, now my money or anything, for example, is going to be rate as a 20% per month, or maybe 20% per year, or maybe 20% per day. Okay, so the rate is going to be per something, per A, right? And A could be days, could be months, could be years, right? Could be anything. Maybe it could be half days, semi-annual, annual. Do you understand? So this is something so important. like the rate represent rate per A, number of hours, number of minutes. I don't care. Just like units, time unit, what we call it time unit. And now T here, guys, T will represent the number of A's. What do I mean by the number of A's? Example, if you rate per month, so the T will represent the number of months. If you rate per year, so the T will be number of years. If you rate per day, per hour, I don't care. So the T for there, it's gonna be the number of A's. For example, the number of days, number of hours, number of minutes, number of depends on what? On the rate. So I'm gonna say T will be same as R, not the opposite. Not R gonna be the same as T. No, you're gonna switch. Maybe he's gonna give it to you this. He's gonna give it to you the rate per month, and the question, how many years, or what is gonna be in 3 years. So you have to switch what? You have to switch the number of years into months. Understand? So depends on your question. Look, what do you have as R, and change the T depends on it. Okay? Okay.
We change R for T or T for R?
We change T for R. T same as R. T will be same as R, not the R same as T. R never changes. R never change.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see the question 26. Okay, I'm gonna do it with you. So in determining the winner of a speech writing competition, the panel of judges are able to eliminate 1/4 of the remaining applicants per day. Okay, I have 128 students entered the competition. How many applicants have been eliminated by the end of the 3rd day? All right, so what information he gave you? He gave us these informations. Like, I have 128 students. We have 128 students. All right, and he's saying to you this: they can eliminate 1/4. He said this: they are able to eliminate 1/4 of the remaining applicants per day. Okay, so I can do it one by one. Look, I'm gonna do it like easy one by one. You can use a calculator, by the way. So in my first day, they are eliminating 1/4. So use a calculator, anyone, please. Tell me 128
32.
multiplied 1/4. What is it?
32.
32. So what is these 32? These 32 represents the number of what? Eliminated applicants. Yes or not? So in the first day, if they eliminated 32, how many remaining?
8.
128 minus 32. What is it? Because I do have a total of 128, yes or not? And now 32 is eliminated, so, or are eliminated.
96.
So 96?
Yeah.
Okay, 96 in my first day. Second day, I'm gonna do the same, exact the same. So that's the first day. We finished from first day. Second day, what do we have in the second day? In the second day that I have is 96 multiplied by 1/4 because they are 1/4, and I get the answer. Again, what is this answer? It represents the eliminated applicants. And then I will see how many remaining. Okay, tell me the same. Tell me, what is it?
24.
Sama, what are you doing? 24?
Yeah.
24. These, again, these are the eliminated applicants. And then how much remaining? Remaining is going to be 96. I do have a 96.
72.
Minus 24. What is it?
72.
72. Okay, at the end of the third day, I'm going to multiply 72 by 1/4. So 72 divided by 4, is it? 18.
18. Yeah.
18. All right. So how many remaining? I'm going to say 72 minus this 18, and then the answer is
54.
54. And this is their answer. Applicants has eliminated
Mr. You're glitching. We can't hear you well.
at total. In the first, they eliminated the 24. In the third day, they eliminated 18. And there you go, get the answer. Okay? This is one way to do it. I'm going to show you another one. Okay, tell me. What is it? Anyone?
74.
74. Okay, I'm going to solve it. I'm going to solve this question by a much faster way. By a much faster way. Okay, stay with me for this. If they are eliminating at 1/4, by the way, 1/4, it stands for what is percent? 25%, is it? Yes or not?
Yes.
Okay, if they are eliminating the 1/4 of them, so what is the percent of the remaining? What is the percent of the remaining?
0.75.
75 or 3/4, which is 75, yes? 75%. So I'm going to say this, y equals the initial value of the student, I have 128, multiplied by the percent of remaining, okay, 75% or 3/4, is it? So I told you that because I have a percent, I'm going to say 1 minus 75%. Power what? How many days? We have 3 days. So use a calculator, anyone please. Try to use a calculator, or you can use, instead of 75%, just use it as 0.75. And see what is the answer is going to be. What is the answer is going to be? What is it?
2.
Keep 2. 128 multiplied by, open a bracket, 1 minus 0.75, close the bracket, power 3. 2. ليش 2?
Mister, we should put 0.25 instead.
صح. Because we are looking for the eliminated. صح.
Not the 0.75.
Yes. 25, not 0.75. So just use 25. Press equal, you get a 54.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why we put the 25? I'm gonna show you again, because I'm looking for the eliminated ones. All right. And now we found that 54 is the remaining okay applicants, which is, as we found it here, 54. So we started with 128, and how much left? 54. I'm gonna say 128 minus 54, and then I will get 74 as eliminated. Okay, 74 as eliminated, and this is it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How did you put the numbers in the rule? I didn't get that part. Why do you put 128 and
It depends on this theme. I use this. A is the initial amount. I started with how many students? How many students I started with? I started with 128, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Why I don't have the crisp? I guess you can hear my kid, is it? Now I muted him. All right, so one more time. What is A? A, it's actually the initial amount. The initial amount, it's how much we started with. How many students we started with?
128.
128, exactly. And R represent the rate. What is their rate they are eliminating?
By 1/4.
1/4, yes, 1/4. And the 1/4, if you do it as a percent, what is the percent?
25%.
Okay, that's why we did here a 25% or 0.25. And T is how many days? Because the rate here is 25% per day. I told you the rate per day, like 25% every day. And the T is number of days. How many days we have? 3.
How many? I don't know.
Yeah, it's how many? It's and the end of the 3rd day. That's why we have a 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
This
Yes.
is it. Okay, this is it for today. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. If you don't, this is it for today. Thank you. See you.